now with this brief introduction, let's get into the actual game, the actual introduction of this. So today we're doing Civilization 6.
And next week?
Next week and the week after. So the plan is we're doing five episodes of 2 hours per episode and see how far we get in the game.
Yeah, you promised on Twitter that we'd be doing a full game.
Hopefully we'll get there.
Normally with 10 hours I'm sort of just entering the modern era, or maybe not, and then this... Anyway, doesn't matter. I think the whole idea is we're just sitting here to have fun, but also to talk about the game, Civilization, which we did a little bit before already.
Yeah.
But then we really just thought, like, we need to talk about this more. But at the same time, we think that we're smart enough to sort of talk you through...
Talk you through some historical and archaeological
okay, that's better.
Stuff.
So not talk you through Civilization as it was and is, but in fact talk you through some archaeological and historical stuff that you will encounter while playing Civilization.
Yes.
So, sounds pretty crisp.
Sounds pretty crisp.
Wow.
Crisp.
Oh, crisp. Oh, crap.
Says crisp. Thank you, Professor Dr. G.
Thank you. I was like, sounds pretty crap. I've been working on this all freaking afternoon to make sure it sounds crisp. Thank you. All right. So we've already decided on a couple of things in terms of what we'll be playing.
Yeah.
We're gonna be playing. We are playing the expansion, which I've never played before. You've never played before
either,
yet.
so
We are gonna be playing a normal game, so we're not doing any sort of cheating. We're gonna go for Prince difficulty. Oh well.
Play now.
We're gonna create a game, and we decided that we do the Persians because we both know a lot about. I've read Herodotus. I know everything about Persia.
You know enough. You know what the Greeks knew.
And your civilization. In fact, there we are.
Yeah, Cyrus.
I'm
an Near Eastern archaeologist.
You're an Near Eastern archaeologist, but at the same time, you defeated the Persians as well.
No, well, not me personally.
Well,
but there was Persia and there was defeat. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Greece was in fact the stumbling block of. Anyway, we had a look at all the other civilizations and we thought, this actually sounds this is where we both know a little. You know a lot more actually, and then we saw that there's some pretty neat advantages to. We didn't pick it. We're not power players.
No,
there are some neat advantages to this.
Content driven in this one.
So there's a couple of things like. First of all, we're gonna have +2 movement for the first 10 turns.
Yeah.
After declaring a surprise war, but maybe we're not gonna be doing.
We're not very no.
But at the same time, it could come in handy.
We'll see. You never know.
But what I really like is the satrapies, buffs that Persia receives.
Which is very interesting because, of course, satrapies were the provinces of the Persian Empire, also the Median Empire, and satraps were the people in charge, hence the name satrapies. And it's a very interesting mechanic how they used satrapies to give this specific buff on trade. Because
exactly. So you're going to get 1 trade route capacity if you follow a political philosophy civic, and then you're going to get more gold and culture for routes between your own cities.
Yeah. So that's also interesting because I think they tried to combine the political philosophy, but in the sense of administration. So the Persians were very good in administering their massive empire. Of course, they picked up on the lines of the Babylonians and the Assyrians, but they were very good. They had very good network connections between their satrapies, and I think that's what.
I do know a lot about networks, so maybe I can help you there.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, one of the things that I always liked in the previous Civilization 5, was play Venice, because they were just rulers when it came to trade. You just had only Venice as a city that you could actually work around with, but then you just ruled because you got so much money in. It was really a very nice way to play the game, up to a certain level of difficulty. Talking about difficulty, I said let's play chieftain, but you say let's play prince.
Let's play prince. Let's be a bit average here.
Normally I play on prince, or even I feel feeling like lucky I'm playing king. Yeah. We are not. This will not be exhibitionist civilization play.
No, we're not good civilization.
We're not like genius. We've played a lot of it, I think, between us.
Yeah, but we're not hardcore.
We're not hardcore
civilization players.
We're just. This is just us covering our asses, right?
Yes.
Yes.
In case we lose, we made a disclaimer.
In case we lose, it's just. I mean, there's no losing in history.
Exactly.
There's just maybe horribly collapsing, and then that
things
happens.
going horribly wrong.
Yes.
Anyway.
All right. The map size, I don't think small. That won't contain us.
No, we're going for standard.
Standard. I kind of want to go for large, but at the same time,
it might be too large.
Might be too large because we don't want to have too many civilizations in there. All right. Next up, we're going for continents. We're gonna go for continents.
Yeah.
But now we're also gonna go into advanced setup because one of the best things about civilization that I always like to do is pick the people that you're playing against.
Yes.
So what we could do, we are gonna pick one, I guess, because we're gonna be picking seven others or 6 others.
6 others.
Because it will sort of allow to have up to 8 others.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't matter.
Let's go for 6 others.
So maybe we can do it like this.
Yeah.
We both pick 3, and then the stream also picks if they're paying attention.
If you're paying attention.
The chat also picks one.
Yeah.
All right. You get to pick one first.
Okay.
And also let us know why you're picking that one.
I think I'm gonna go for. Let's go for Pericles. See if we can beat them.
Oh, you nationalist! You nationalist!
No,
if you go
maybe we can beat them this time. You know?
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe we turn the history in its head and we actually beat the Greeks.
That's actually nice. Yeah, you have to explain a bit more. But Pericles, of course, was the antagonist of the Persians.
Yeah.
Sort of. We will get there when we
will get there.
Right, so if the Greeks are in there,
yeah,
I kind of feel that the Macedonians need to be in there too.
Yeah, there we yeah. Let's go for let's go for Macedonia.
Let's see. Receives boost upon city conquests. Oh dear, this is one of those people that's gonna worry.
The Macedonians did conquer
a lot of cities.
But so if we pick Macedonia, it's very interesting because we have already picked the two cultures that beat Persia.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting.
All right. Yeah, that's true. So that's in the interest of historical and cultural continuity. Let's go for Macedonia then.
Okay. Then did we have Scythian? No, right?
No, this is your choice, my friend.
Yeah.
We have, by the way, on the chat. There's one vote for Vikings. So if there's nobody else voting, then it's going to be Vikings.
Yeah. Let's see.
The killer of Cyrus.
Yeah, see?
Wait.
We're going for our enemies.
Is that Cyrus or?
There were several Cyruses.
That's the city of Cyrus, right? Or which one?
We're gonna bring you up to date with all the information.
Okay, who killed us?
We're gonna bring you up with all the information.
All right.
But too much combat focused, and we don't really. We are peaceful people, sort of. Anyway. Let's go for Saladin.
I like it. So we're staying within the region.
We're staying within the region.
Well, no, I'm just gonna because I'm gonna pick the one that you like best. Your favorite civilization of all. Where is it?
Sumer? No. No. Damn it. So we have a vote for Wilhelmina. We have a vote for Vikings.
Yeah, Gandhi is pretty nice to put in there as well. But you're up now.
I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm up.
Only 3 more left to choose.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
By the way, I always kind of like
8 then.
Sorry?
We're going for the full 8 or what?
Yeah, the full 8 on the map.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanna try Brazil.
Why?
Because I don't know that much about Brazilian history in general, and I do know some stuff about the other choices.
So this is like for you the wild card.
Yeah, it also looks interesting. I would like to see how Brazil plays.
All right. I think they're a pretty balanced type of AI to play against, if I remember correctly. But I think it's a neat choice. I know a tiny bit more about Brazil, not that much though. Alright, my last
Professor
choice.
Dr. Jill votes for ships that are regionally, temporally as close as possible, which we've done to a certain extent.
So, yeah,
we have Greece, we have Macedonia, Saladin, of course, quite a bit later, but regionally close. We have
I'm gonna
the Americas.
So regionally close.
Then we would have to go Cleopatra, Sumer.
Or
that's also
India.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Let's see what does India have. Follower beliefs, bonuses. Okay, so they're a bit more religiously focused.
Yeah.
Indian Union. Okay, I can see India.
All right, let's do India.
By the way, I once tried to listen to an audiobook called The History of India. I think I got to about the first chapter, and there were, I think, 60 chapters in there. So
Yeah, what a big history.
it's if you're talking about like in terms of knowledge that I have of civilizations and the history of them, India for me is like.
Yeah, I know surprisingly little about India.
So
and
this is
feel a
nice.
bit
So
bad
maybe
about
that
this.
will sort of prod us to actually go and read a little bit more about India when we encounter them.
So the whole point is we are doing some things that we know and some things that we don't know, and then we get to learn. And
I mean,
we get to
technically I should have picked Aztecs then, but I kind of, since we want to stay regionally focused, India is sort of regionally focused still.
So I guess Vikings have 2 votes.
Vikings, I
Vikings
guess
have
with
2 votes.
I guess with Kedah on it then as well. Then
Kolonos and Kedah are for Vikings, so let's go for Vikings.
all right, so I was hoping that we would get Wilhelmina in there. But it's it's Harold, Harold Hardrada. So Harold long hair, fair hair. What was it again?
Fair hair, I think, right?
Fair hair, I think. Yes. So
There we go. So
these are the people that are gonna kick our ass,
or
who will be our eternal friends.
Yeah.
Who will know? That's
Who knows?
just in case that we need to. Let's save this configuration, maybe.
Let's start the game. Go.
Let's start the game. All right.
Let's go for this.
Wait.
We have all
Victory
victories.
conditions.
We can win with anything.
We can win. We can also lose with anything, but
Yes.
we can. All right. You know what? No.
I vote.
No holds barred.
No,
We're just
no.
gonna go for it. Anything else? Game speed? No.
No, fine.
No barbarians? You hate barbarians.
I love barbarians.
All right. Well, no teams. Oh, come on. We should have, by the way.
Are we gonna play pacifist? Probably not. We are not aiming for pacifist.
We're gonna play survivalists.
Yes.
But altruistic survivalists.
Yeah. Darwinian survivalists.
That's not altruistic.
No, that's true.
Well, it depends.
Well, it depends.
No,
Depends on the species.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Let's go.
So evolution will choose the path for us.
Well, or how we will feel on a given Monday will choose our path for us.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I think we should probably shut up for a bit because.
Taking his first upward steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization towards the stars. Claim the crown of Cyrus, king of Persia, for you are the anointed one. With immortal soldiers and an unwavering faith, you will conquer and rule the peoples of the world. You may see many alliances forming around you, but do not be fooled. Such is an antiquated and weak way of navigating the world. Make no promise unless it aids you in achieving your goals.
We picked kind of a badass.
Yeah.
So no alliances.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see about that. But we are definitely gonna. So this is one of the things that this could go horribly wrong. We could now already be like within 5 mountains or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's
We
just
don't
see.
know.
Let's just see where we're
Kada
going.
says that game sound can be upped a little bit, which admittedly, I think so.
All right,
But
we
we'll
can
see when
do
we're
that.
in there.
Yeah. All right. Very quickly.
Very quickly get
All right.
introduced to the new
Historic
features.
moments, accomplishing great feats in the game. That's nice. Historic moments.
Historic moments.
Oh wait, so that's actually something wasn't in Civilization 6 yet. So
Yeah,
we
because
can
we are being introduced in
we
the
can
game.
recreate historic moments.
Yeah. So we'll have to see how that goes.
I don't think I like that, but we'll see.
I'm also a bit skeptical, but I'm a bit skeptical about everything. So
Yeah. Except that you really wanted to play this.
yeah.
All right. Track how your era score is progressing to avoid a dark age or to earn a golden age for your next game era.
Okay.
All right. Levers and bells. All right. You'll earn a golden age. All right. We're just gonna be loyalty. Oh, that's true. This is always there was always a huge issue in the previous civilizations to make sure that your city stayed loyal to you. But
We'll get to talk about that as well.
yeah,
I'm
governors.
pretty sure.
That's true. I'm very excited for this new feature to see which governors we can put into our cities.
Okay.
And then we have alliances are now specialized. Oh, that's true. Each type provides a distinct advantage. Civilizations can band together and declare an emergency. That I like as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully we won't see too many emergencies, but it's always good. And the city banner has been updated to provide clarity. Okay, that is
fine. Quality of life updates.
All right. Will your civilization rise or fall? How will you rule in Sid Meier's Civilization 6?
Ooh.
All right, Sid.
Let's go.
This is not too bad.
This is a decent location. This looks like the Nile a little bit, but
Oh, you're already in the Nile. So we first up the game sound a little bit.
Yeah,
I guess. By the way, it's not the game sound that I put very low. It's the game music that I put a bit low. But I can put it a bit higher. Audio. The master volume a bit higher than like.
That should be.
Well, maybe a bit more. All right, there we go.
Let us know how it sounds.
All right. So here we are.
Here we are.
Where are we?
Where are we?
We don't know because this is not Earth. But what we're seeing here is a place that I kind of really like. The only thing that if you don't know, if you've never played Civilization before, go play it and then maybe watch this stream.
No, we will be informing you.
We will be informing you. So it's turn-based, so we get to make decisions with our units every single turn. Which means, because that's also why we can very nicely just hang out here and not really worry about any enemies invading at the moment. But what we're seeing here is a lot of pretty nice areas. So, for example, wheat is very important in the early game to grow our city.
We have
horses.
Horses
is important in the early game. After that, not so useful anymore. Well, this is good to have a luxury.
Yeah,
and stone is also pretty neat,
especially early.
So one of the things that I'm just wondering about right now is, should we plunk down right here?
I think so. It looks like a very good location. I don't see why would we.
Normally I'm of the persuasion that you always want access to the sea, and this looks like a very nice tile.
Yeah.
But the problem is, though, we don't have a city yet.
No.
So we need to be producing
a city.
So this is always where, you have to make this strategic decision. And of course, Persians were... when was the first? When, because we're talking 4000 BC at the moment.
Yeah, which is not very close to
No, not at all. So we could hang around and just only enter the game at when did the Persians enter the historic fray?
Considering that we're playing Cyrus the Great, which I assume because the game doesn't really specify which Cyrus, there are several Cyruses. Cyri?
I don't know.
So Cyrus the First dates somewhere like in around 600 BC, but considering we're talking about the Persian Empire, which I assume here is the Achaemenid Empire, then we're talking at somewhere at 550 BC.
So are we going to hang around for 3,500 years, or are we just going to build?
No, I think we're just going to build something.
All right, let's just build a city. This seems like a really good spot. We're just gonna.
Yeah, we have access to the river. We can get to the.
What? I know other names from cities in Persia, but this one.
But you don't know Pasargada.
Maybe I don't know.
Pasargada was the capital of the empire.
Oh, was it?
The capital city of the empire. Yeah. Alongside.
Which one did Alexander the Great took a liking to then?
Alexander the Great took a liking to everything.
We get to that. We'll get to that later.
Get that later.
All right. Cool. That's nice. So I guess the first bit of thing that we get to do now is choose what type of thing we're going to be building over here in Pasargada.
Yeah.
But maybe you can talk after we chose what we built. You can talk a little bit about the capital city of the Persians. Absolutely. So I'm always into building buildings in the beginning.
Sure.
Because I think especially in Civilization 6, Civ 6, getting those culture points in is kind of important, because the civics. Before that, it was just about growing your border, but the civics are kind of nice here. So or alternatively, we're going to go out and about, and we're going to get to go for a scout.
But we already have our little fighter, which we can send out for a scout. I like building scouts because I like knowing where everybody is. So usually I just go for a scout.
I also like building scouts because then you can get to those little villages, tribal villages they're called.
And then you get.
And then you get either a bunch of barbarians on your neck,
Yeah.
or you in fact get stuff.
Yeah, which sounds a bit mean. I mean, you find villages and then you basically
But they're
ally
sort of,
them.
yeah, exactly. You ally them, or they're already abandoned, or whatever.
Yeah, but you don't really offer them anything. You just take stuff from them.
Yeah, like
So-
empires always do.
No,
With villages, oh yes, empires always take stuff.
they take stuff.
Yes, they take stuff from places that are not empires. That's the whole. Well, you know more about that than I do.
We will get there as well. As you can see, we have a lot of topics to cover: cities, empires, capital cities,
Scouts.
states, scouts, buildings, monuments. So we'll be covering all these topics throughout the
All right.
these 5
Shall we?
episodes.
So wait. Suppose that we're role-playing Persians right now.
Yeah.
What would a Persian ruler build first?
So two important things in the Persian, the most important things in the Persian Empire was, besides conquest, of course, which is part of every empire, they really focused on some monumental stuff. So in Pasargadae, for example, we have the tomb of Cyrus the Great, so the tomb of the guy who we are playing, which is a great monument. They built other even monumental cities, which they were not occupied; they were just there for the rituals, basically, like Persepolis.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one that Alexander really liked.
So I think we should, like, if we want to stick into role playing, we most likely we focus a bit on our center and build like a monument or something like that.
Now let's build a monument first then. Yeah.
Yep, let's go for the
All right. Cool. Next step, I guess, before we start walking around with our little warrior over here, let's choose research.
Let's go for a research.
All right. By the way, of all the things in civilization, I like the technology tree best.
Yeah.
I mean, not in terms conceptually, I think it's very difficult and problematic, but I just love playing through it. I mean, the research in itself is just points accruing, and all of a sudden. But I do like it. Like it's such a. Let's just have a look at it right now, because it's such a big part of what civilization is about. Such a teleological view of history, where we start with. Well, in air you go, huh? We start with pottery, and then we enter the classical era, and then up to the medieval era, and you start to see all these technologies change. At the same time, it's just still so constrained. It's a tree-like structure.
It's like this idea that you can't really stop progress. Progress will happen, and you either follow progress or you're bound to fail.
Yes.
Which
and it all the way ends at future techs.
Yeah.
If I'm really playing along, I just end up at Future Tech 20 or whatever. I never want to go for a victory. I just end up hanging around there.
Which is interesting because it keeps that notion that it just keeps like progress will.
It's Future Tech. It's progress.
Yeah, will happen always.
Always, exactly. It's not like downfall, but
no,
of course.
Which is weird because for an expansion that's called Rise and Fall, the idea that progress will happen always. There's no real fall then.
All right. That said, we are definitely not at Future Tech yet.
No, we're very early in our tech.
Keep playing this, are you gonna play passive? There's nobody in the chat that's very
no passive.
No. Okay, let's run through our options here.
Yeah, so we started with pottery, animal husbandry, mining, sailing, and astrology.
Yeah.
So I think we need to start with the basics. I think we need to start with pottery and animal husbandry. If we want to stick to historical events, we should start with mining and animal husbandry. Probably animal husbandry first and then mining.
So from a strategic point of view, I think we should start with mining because we have those stone resources over there, right?
That makes sense.
We right over there.
Two tiles with stone.
So these are going to be quite important, I think, because let's I think if I remember correctly. Let's open the Civiopedia. How do we look again at the bonuses that it's going to give us? I forgot. Was it F1? Let's see.
No. Can't remember.
Well, I mean, technically we could also go in here and we can say stone. So it's going to give us +1 production.
Yep.
Which is going to be...
Yeah, it's important. It's important.
It's going to be very important. Yeah, we're building monuments already, but just in general, early production boost the speed are very important. So, all right, let's just go.
Let's go for mining.
Let's go for mining. Let's going to take 10 turns. Not too bad, but
We'll see.
right. When it comes to civics, which is Civilization 6, it's sort of the new thing. I mean, they were always they were called social policies before. Sort of the new thing in Civilization 6. We first need to have a code of laws before we can have any civics.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just everything goes.
Everything is chaos.
Which I think is a bit weird because the first code of laws, when was that?
I mean, if we're looking at like the style of Hammurabi and stuff like that, they were considerably later, right?
Yes, considerably later. Plus, there were also lots of civics already. We can have a look at civics.
Let's look at the civics.
There were craftsmanship and foreign trade.
Yeah,
I mean,
these are all stuff that happened way
before code of laws. Or military state works, all of this stuff. Mysticism, of course. I mean, come on. Yeah. But we will get to talk about those a bit more.
And also, if we're talking about 4000 BC, we had foreign in the sense of intercultural, because foreign is also a weird term.
With like foreign nations, whatever.
But we had intercultural trade and long distance trade already from 6 or 7000 BC.
Well, or way before, depending what you look at, and
exactly.
Like trade, sustained trade, but like lots of little small valuables were already exchanged. Some people even think that Neanderthals now already did engage in long distance trade.
And if we're talking Neanderthals, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of years ago. So code of laws could have been a bit.
We definitely know that Neanderthals didn't have a code of laws that they wrote down.
Definitely not.
Well, you never know when we have an archaeological discovery.
Yeah,
we find a nicely scratched rock, because definitely they did not have paper, or maybe they did, and it was just not preserved. All right, cool. So we're set. We're set.
Yeah.
So let's
send our little guy somewhere.
All right. Are we gonna?
We can still up the.
Currently a faint whisper. All right, Sheila. We're gonna quickly go to OBS and gonna give you a little bit more game sound then.
Yeah. Let's see how that works.
We like our voices, Sheila, so that's why we in fact want to have the game sound low and our voices nice and high. But of course, if you want to listen to the game, that's fine.
That's fine.
Cool. So where shall we go?
Where shall we go? I say we go west.
Go west. Life is peaceful there. I say we go southwest. No, you know what? We're not gonna go west.
Why?
I see some coast over here.
Ah,
we don't want to be stuck in the coast.
But I see some coast on the northeast.
On the northeast as well.
And the river.
I think we want to go over here.
Okay, so we're going southeast.
Southeast.
Sure.
So completely the opposite of what you said.
Completely.
Well, not completely.
Not completely, but quite the opposite.
Or let's do it like this. Yes, at least we get to see something new, I guess. Well, not something new yet, just yet. Well, anyway, that was our very first turn.
Took a while.
Shall we save this?
Already? Yeah, okay.
Because I know in case
let's make sure that
I always like to save for good luck. I always like to save my very first turn after I made all the decisions.
Okay.
All right, next turn. These very first turns will be kind of boring, I think. So maybe while these first turns are kind of boring,
you click through them and we can.
And you talk about Pasargadae and the Persian Empire a bit more.
Yeah, interestingly, the Persian Empire was one of these empires that had several different capital cities, which, as you probably don't know, or you know, but the others don't know, is part of my PhD. Capital cities.
But really capital cities, but also Persian capital cities.
No, not Persian capital cities, Assyrian capital cities, which are the...
And Orcish capital cities too.
And Orcish. But, so Pasargadae was the first, let's say, actual capital city of the Achaemenid Empire. And then it was followed by several others. Like Babylon has acted as a capital city, and Susa, of course, one of the most important capital cities of the Persian Empire. And then Persepolis, which you might know also from the comic book, and which is also a graphic novel. I mean,
we have accomplished something historic, worthy of being celebrated and remembered for generations to come. All right, increase our era score.
So we found a historic moment.
We found it. I don't know. Did we wander into it? This always happens to me. I just wander around
and you end up in a historic moment.
Yes. Yeah. What the hell? Take me there. Villagers bring gifts as they join our civilization. Oh, so I guess we get +1 era score or something. this is boring compared to first. It was really cool. Oh wait, military tradition has advanced. That's nice.
The villagers share the secrets of their well-organized community. So they are well-organized, but they don't have a code of laws.
Exactly. Oral traditions, which, as I know from having worked in an area of the world where codes of laws weren't really enshrined so much in the Caribbean, it was all oral traditions, and they were still really well organized. In fact. All right. Cool. But you were talking about all the capital cities, which I find just a fascinating topic. I wish I could read a PhD thesis on it.
Oh, you will soon be able to. Persepolis is the capital city, which is the most famous one. But interestingly, it did not actually function as an actual city. So Persepolis was constructed at a beautiful location, but it was constructed from scratch. There was nothing else previously there, and it's basically a very big palace, and it doesn't have a residential area, so there are no houses there, nobody lives there, not even the king lives there. So the king and all the administration.
Wait, so who lived there?
Nobody. Well, so maybe there were priests and there were like personnel who lived there,
why is there personnel if there's nobody living there? What's the point of that?
They have to maintain like the gardens that were there. They have to maintain because if they wanted to have some imperial ritual, what's going on?
Oh, there's a barbarian scout. I'm not too worried about it. I'm now worried that we will have barbarians up here, but
possibly, but we'll see.
We'll see about that.
So what was happening in Persepolis is that when they wanted to have an imperial ritual of sorts, so the king had to receive tribute from other places. They would have the whole ritual there in Persepolis because it was beautiful. So it was in a sense it was some kind of a trophy city, let's say. So a city that acted just as a trophy, as a monument for the large empire, and all the administration was happening at Susa at that time.
Susa, yes. Susa. So, by the way, most of the Persian cities names I know because of civilization.
Yes.
And that's why I knew Persepolis. And I knew Susa, but so I don't think I knew Pasargadae, because I don't think, or maybe it was one of those cities that they only built at the very end when they came to the end.
No, Pasargadae was at the beginning.
I know, but that's one of the things that I like about the new civilization, Civ 6. It's much more focused in that sense on an emic, if you want to talk anthropological terms here, but let's call it like indigenous, quote unquote, representation of names and history.
Yeah.
So because this is what in fact was the first city, this is now also what is the first city. While before it was just the city that people knew best.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Anyway, next turn. We're getting close, by the way, to getting our mining done, and Code of Laws is also progressing nicely.
That's great.
And 5 turns until the monuments. So stuff is still happening. And there's a tribal village on the horizon again. I just had an inkling. I was actually going to move that way. I was like, wait, let's have a look there. Okay, we get to unlock it now even. All right. Always exciting. What we'll find. Earned experience. That's pretty neat. All right. We are actually be able to promote our warrior next turn. That's really cool. And we have +1 era score. I guess that's nice as well.
Yeah.
I wonder where we can actually see view the timeline of historic moments. So so I guess that this is what they mean with historic moments.
Yeah,
it's not
probably.
actually it's not moments from actual history.
No.
It's just moments that are very important for a civilization.
But I find this weird. Like, why do villagers bring gifts to join our civilization?
Well, because we're just really good.
They're so good.
I would bring gifts to me.
I can't even handle me.
No, it is very weird. I mean, this is one of those things that very much game mechanically focused, but I don't think this is one of those, either it's a fallacy of history writing that villagers, quote unquote, wherever they're from, always want to join these more complex organizations, which often they just don't. They just want to hang around and be their own bosses. But here so this is part of the very positivistic view of civilization.
Yeah.
So it's optimistic, but also at the same time really focused on the fact that civilization is best. All right.
Going back a bit to the capitals, another interesting thing is Pasargadae, although there was a settlement there, it was, like, as a capital city, it was one of the cities that was constructed, right? It was not, unlike Susa, which eventually became also the capital of the empire, Susa was a flourishing settlement and flourishing city before. It had been conquered by Assyrians, by the Babylonians. It was a contested city. But Pasargadae, not so much. Pasargadae was really, and probably when, our dear leader Cyrus died, Pasargadae was probably not even finished. And then they made his tomb there because it's associated with him so much.
So he was the founder, literally, of the city.
I don't like the term founder. as somebody
before we get into that, because we are definitely founding cities here, but we're also completing research.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. So we now are able to build quarries and mines.
Yeah.
Then we can chop wood. This is a very sort of logistically focused research. But at the same time, mining was actually hugely important in the history of civilization. When are the first mines in Persia or the area of the Near East?
In the area of the Near East, mining, mines is a very weird term to define because
right, because that's also, by the way, that's also in civilization, because mining covers both actual mines, things that are tunneling into the ground,
but also
and quarries.
Quarrying, yeah.
Well, and quarries are probably as old as, not even human civilization, but just as old as the first ape knocking off a bit of rock from another bit of rock.
So quarrying is a bit,
it's a bit weird.
Yeah, but for example, in the let's say already from the early Neolithic, we have. And especially if we're transitioning to the later stages of the Neolithic, so 6,000, 5,000 BC, where we have large-scale trade of stone vessels, we see specific types of stones being used and mined from specific locations and then traveling.
Mined or quarried?
Probably quarried.
Yeah.
But because mining in the sense that there was a hole and they were going deep, probably not. Mm-hmm. But they might have been digging quite deep to find specific stones. But usually it's just indigenous stones from specific locations.
Yeah. I think I was so in the Caribbean, where I did a lot of my research, you don't really have, we have mining now, but the indigenous people weren't doing a lot of mining because they didn't really need to.
No.
Unfortunately, when colonization hit, they were all of a sudden doing a lot of mining. Yeah. Another matter entirely. But what I always remember in terms of mining, and I'm not saying that it's the earliest, because I'm sure there are earlier mines, but indeed in Neolithic times, or even maybe already a little bit before that, you have these flint mines.
Yeah.
So in Belgium, I know for sure that there are flint mines there that are very, very old, and they were not mining for anything like gold or metals or even precious stones. They were just mining for really good flint.
Yeah, no, definitely. And also you have in volcanic areas where you get a lot of obsidian, for example.
Yeah.
A lot is on the surface, but maybe you have to dig a little bit.
The best stuff is always buried, as archaeologists know.
Of course.
When you find yourself in a hole, quit digging. It's kind of true as well for archaeologists, but in a way, if the hole is not deeper than, what's safe, 1.5 meters,
maybe you can keep digging.
Yeah, if it's not deeper than 1.5 meters, then you can keep on digging. All right, cool.
Okay, let's move our little guy.
First move the guy?
I think so.
Well, first we get to give him a promotion.
Yeah.
All right. Battle cry, we can give him combat strength versus melee and range units, or we can when defending against ranged attacks. Nah, I think we're gonna go for battle cry. Yeah, there we go. Neat. All right.
Warrior.
I think we're gonna overhear the barbarians, I'm sure.
Let's check.
All right.
Go.
Well, I guess it's already. Oh,
we need to choose
if you're already promoted, then it is.
It's an action.
It's an action.
Okay, sure.
Fair enough.
So we get to choose our new research.
Yeah, that we do. So we get to choose quite a bit more now already.
And I would say, let's stick to because of course we did mining, so now we can do more things with mining, like bronze working. Which, as it's placed here, it makes a little bit of sense.
You know what
historically?
Yes.
But we need to go for animal husbandry, I think.
Also, I kind of always like to wait with a couple of these. Because in fact,
we can't do much
we can boost it. That I am not entirely in favor. I mean, I use the mechanic now, but I'm not really liking it when it comes to the new Civ 6 because it does allow you to sort of power play, not like you want to play, but like this is actually the smart thing to do.
How you should be playing. Yeah. And it's also very weird because it's you are doing specific things to boost a future technology, but in historic terms, you wouldn't know what the future
what the future? Yeah, exactly. So
improvement is. So you are purposefully doing stuff that you wouldn't know would help you. So it doesn't make any sense historically.
Exactly, and you can always do that a little bit in Civilization, of course. Like you could want to build toward, you're gonna pick the ones that in fact are gonna bring you at flight or whatever the quickest. I always used to do that a little bit, but now you're even doing it double. So you're doing actual little actions in game instead of just picking the technologies.
Which makes the game to be a bit more repetitive if you want to be if you want to be top notch. It makes it a bit.
There are now some very delineated strategies that there weren't before. At the same time, I haven't played Civ 6 enough for me to become repetitive, but still. Animal husbandry.
Animal husbandry, and we're sticking to historical.
I think that's or pottery would work.
No, animal husbandry first. Animal husbandry came first, and then pottery.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's one of those things. What is animal husbandry particularly? Is it just like? Is it in fact the bigger grazers, or is it just domestication?
Domestication, but
well, then if you refer to it as domestication, of course that came way first. We're already kind of late when it comes to domestication.
Oh yeah, in terms of the times there, yeah, definitely.
This world is running behind schedule. No, let's not keep it waiting any longer. All right, let's just go for animal husbandry then. Yeah. All right, cool.
Let's go to next turn. So we haven't developed the code of laws yet, but
hey man, we're just taking it easy. We're just chilling. We're just chilling. Who needs laws when we've got each other? Oh,
there's a lot of love in this stream.
Yes, no laws, but a lot of love.
Code of love.
Code of love. we're hippie Persians. We were hippies before it was cool.
Yeah. Way thousands of years.
Right, Mr. Warrior.
Mr. Warrior goes somewhere.
Yeah, he's gonna go over there.
Okay. That's something that for new players for Civ might be a bit weird, like the fact that actually in the first turns literally nothing happens.
No, and then there's a bit of stuff where everything happens in terms of important stuff.
And you're like,
what the hell is going on? And then all of a sudden it becomes kind of boring again in the end game. Yeah. A lot of stuff is happening, but it's not very consequential because you already know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. At the same time, I almost always play every Civ game that I play to the end.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I know you don't, but I'm like, I know that I'm winning, or sometimes I know that this other AI is winning, and then I still try and beat him as much as I can, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. Alright, cool. So next turn, I guess. Yeah. Although, let's see where we have to actually say where this guy's gonna go. I don't want to move up here. Let's just wanna move back here again. No, let's go over here. Yeah. All right. Cool. If we're on those hills, I think we get a little bit of a better view as well.
Yeah.
I thought the game worked like that. I honestly don't remember.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go. Monuments. Let's take a look at our little city. So over here there is a
you can zoom in, right?
Yes, for sure we can
zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. We can also maybe for next stream we should see if we can put the graphics a bit higher because I think for the last time I played it.
Yeah, we can.
Doesn't really matter. But this is our little city right now, and we have over here. It doesn't really look like Cyrus's what do you call it? Mausoleum or whatever.
No, Cyrus's tomb.
Cyrus's tomb. Doesn't look like it, but at least we have a monument there.
At least we have a monument.
Hey,
and we're not dead, so
we're not dead. So and we're already doing better than the actual versions.
Yes.
All right, pretty cool. So that does leave us with the question of what will we produce next.
So
this is one of those things, settler, which is seriously going to cramp or...
Settlers do one thing, they find cities.
Yeah, they found cities and you don't want them to move around by themselves because they will be captured by a barbarian and you will cry. Yeah. Because in fact, your civilization will also, or your city will also lose one person.
Yeah.
So I think if I remember correctly that every single digit of a city is supposed to be roughly 100,000 people. Okay. That's sort of, I think really? we have to, this is one of those things we may have to look up, but I think that if the designers of Civ talked about it, then they were like, I think that it sort of represents 100,000 people. Yes. So it sort of means 100,000 people moving out of your city to go somewhere else.
That's a very large number.
It's very large.
People moving out.
I kind of want to just not build one of those. So builders, by the way,
Builder is one of the most important units, right?
I think for this moment, so it would either be a scout. I kind of want to go for a scout and then maybe either choose for settler or builder.
Okay, let's go for a scout and then let's explore
Because
the
I
other
want
side
to
as well.
find out more about the world, and in fact I want to
Yeah.
get more of the villages in because they are very important. I find for the
There,
early game. So let's go for a scout.
Yeah.
And we have a unit that needs orders. Let's
Yeah.
see if we can actually see some stuff here. Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
But there's no villages here. Okay.
No villages.
Well, I guess that I kind of want to move over here
Okay.
because over here there's at least another hill.
Yeah, and we
And then
can,
we can
see
see.
more.
Hey, I think I see some outlines of
That's
something
probably
else.
Something else. So let's go.
All right, we're gonna go there next turns. All right, cool. By the way, if the chat, all 5 people of you, want to ask us something, you can.
You can.
We are, by the way, going to put this stuff up on YouTube.
Yeah. Every episode
are we-
will be up on YouTube.
Yes, I think in a way we are. We just need Megalithic to edit all of it.
Yeah, or not. We'll see.
He's doing it. He just doesn't know it yet
Yeah. Okay.
because he was into audio and video production. He said so. Wait,
Oh.
Kumasi,
Mercy. Oh. Meanwhile, we completed the
Code of Laws.
Yeah.
It is not wisdom, but authority that makes a law. Thomas Hobbes. That's an interest. I know, my friend. I know. This is this is where your anarchistic heart is bleeding.
Yeah.
If you are talking about a code of laws, you could pick worse than Hobbes, though, because I mean, not worse in terms of ideology from your perspective,
Yeah.
but in terms of historical importance. Of course, Hobbes being a very famous political philosopher
Yeah.
of the state, in fact,
Of the idea of the state, of the idea of authority, and
Yes,
hierarchies.
Leviathan,
Yeah.
and also with the fact that we need a state and authority.
Yeah.
To prevent us from going to war with each other. So
Yeah.
war,
No,
double R E.
from basically, like the Hobbesian logic is that if there is no state, then there can be no humans. We will go into
There will be humans, but they will be smashing each other's heads
yeah,
the whole time.
primitivism, which is a very weird idea considering we have lived as primitives on quotes for hundreds of thousands of years,
And there
everything
may
was
have been
fine.
some smashing of heads, but there was also code of laws.
Yeah.
So, but now we have code of laws. So apparently we're not doing anything violent anymore. Also, maybe because we have up there we have Kumasi, which interestingly enough. Oh well, we can talk about it later.
Yeah.
I think these are Kumasis is a city state, right?
Yeah, I think it's a city state.
Or is it not?
I don't know.
Yes, it is. It's city
It's just
state.
a city state.
Aris,
Yes.
go onto the interwebs and let me know
Kumasi.
what Kumasi is, because. Okay, wait. You've already seen it. Let me guess. It is a city state from Africa.
Yeah, it is from Africa.
Oh, okay, good. Then I'm done. Sorry.
Well, it's at Ghana.
Okay.
And I will be looking for more.
You look for more history, but right now they're over there. I kind of want to go see what that other thing is about.
You do that.
So they're cultural, which will suit our needs just fine
Yeah.
for now. We don't want them. We don't want all the violent militaristic thingies. So, all right.
It's probably quite recent.
Oh,
It says there is evidence that the area around Kumasi has been kept cleared since the Neolithic age, and that the city rose to prominence in 1695 when it became the capital of the Ashanti Confederacy.
so they're the Asante.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. That is a very well-known culture, of course,
Mhm.
and I do think that the Asante maybe were also in Civ 5.
Were they? We can look that up.
Yeah, I think they were. I have the
Asante
feeling that I've
civilization.
played not with them, but I've played a game with them once. Or maybe not. Maybe they're not. Well,
If you know, let us know
yeah.
in the chat or in the comments.
All right. So I guess that our city-state neighbors have made a request of us. So what is the request that
What's
they've
the
been
request?
making? So we've got a quest. trigger an inspiration for craftsmanship. So trigger the inspiration moment. Okay.
What's the inspiration moment?
So that's a boost. Sorry,
Yeah.
trigger a boost for craftsmanship. Okay. That's fine. We will try and do that.
Okay.
But right now, I'm not so super worried about that. Policy and government changes are free this turn. Okay, they're free, so we could change our policy and government change because we have, in fact,
A code of laws.
a code of laws. All right.
So what are we looking at here?
Here we are looking at. We are apparently not even a civilization in the sense that we're
We're not a state.
We're not a state. We are a chiefdom, which is this. If we're talking about ancient archaeological socio-political theory, then chiefdom is among the most venerable of them.
Yeah.
But venerable sounds like it's fully respectable. But if we're talking chiefdoms, there are plenty of books now already written by archaeologists, like the Chieftain Delusion or Down with the Chiefdoms.
Yeah.
Pauketat, an archaeological, a field archaeologist, but also an archaeological theorist from North America, wrote a lot about chieftains and other archaeological delusions. That's the book that I was referring to. But just in general, chiefdoms is supposedly a form of social organization where you have hereditaries, so it's going to pass down to somebody within your kinship structure, power transfer, as well as a village sort of setup.
Yeah.
So there's multiple villages that are sort of part of one chiefdom unit.
Yeah.
Well, if that's territorial or not, that's all of these, or if this is actually just sort of a loose alliance, it's all just very up in the air. Anyway, it doesn't matter because I think that we were a chiefdom, but we are going to be something else right now.
No, I think we will.
Oh, we are now a chiefdom. Yes. So we
can have policies now. So apparently the game identifies chiefdom as a form of a state formation of sorts.
Yes.
And which can implement specific policies.
So we get to implement certain policies. You don't get to choose and change those the whole time. You have to actually wait for certain moments where you can change them around.
So we get to have one military policy, so something that's related to our.
And with all things that you do in Civ, in the early game, it really changes the flavor of the game, and also the dynamics of the later game, what you end up picking now.
Okay.
So, it's one of those what are we actually focusing
Something
on?
which is relevant for the early game, since we're going for a scout, it's double experience for recon units from exploration, so I think that's what we're gonna go for, right? We're not really planning to fight early barbarians.
Well, the problem is you're never planning to fight.
You're never planning to fight them, but we haven't found them.
We haven't found
so
them yet. So let's go for survey.
You need to drag it.
Oh yes, true. That's like up, like that. And
then economic policies, we have production in cities or plus faith plus court from our capital.
Yeah.
Do we get to change the capital city whenever we want, or is it just always the first one?
I think you get to change it if you like.
Then we should make Susa when we find.
But at the same time, so this is really good. If we
This is
already
what-
had two cities right now, I would be
Which we
going for
don't.
this. So this is also good because we want to get a little bit of faith in as well. Because it is actually nice to choose those first early religions.
Okay. I usually play with several cities in the beginning, so I always go for the urban planning.
We will play with more cities soon, but right now we don't. I think we can set our things sooner rather than later. And I also like gold. I'm Dutch. All right, cool. Stereotypes abound. So we've done that. We've chosen ourselves. Oh no, we get to choose also civic, of course.
Well, yeah. So let's.
So kind of, if we go for this now, this is what I don't like about the game, but I also like it is we don't get to complete the request that I think Kumasi Candy made from us, because they want us to. Let's see the quest. They want us to trigger an inspiration moment.
Yeah, so this is really dictates the way we need to play.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't dictate it; it suggests it.
Yeah, it's a very big suggestion.
Yeah.
We haven't met this one, so this doesn't have a request for us yet.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that we could all of a sudden like lock into second continents, because this is really up in the air where civilization draws its continents.
Yeah.
it also gives us some. We probably want to go for this relatively quickly.
Yeah, but I think we want to go for craftsmanship early for the production, right? I mean, if we're planning to build stuff.
Yeah, we're planning to build stuff. Huh?
Yeah, so let's go for the craftsmanship.
Let's go for foreign trade.
You want foreign trade? If
Yes.
you want foreign trade, we go for foreign trade.
Wait, okay, let's fall back into a role play.
Yeah, okay, let's.
So, what would the Persians do? What would Jesus do? What would Cyrus do?
What would Cyrus? That's very weird because foreign trade. We're talking about an empire, right? So also territorial empire to a very large extent. So trade was happening within the empire, but that's not particularly a trade.
Oh, you're just turning this towards craftsmanship, are you?
No, but we want to roleplay it, right? Joint war. Yeah, of course there were joint wars because a lot of populations were forced into the Persian army to fight. I mean, they could man like hundreds of thousands of people in the army, and of course, not all of them were Persians, actually. So maybe joint war, kind of a forced joint war, I guess. But here, because it means joint war with other cultures.
Alright. I guess we don't really need it just yet.
We don't need it just yet. We have seen.
So this is going to be better in terms of our fact.
In terms of gameplay, and I
Yeah.
think in terms of roleplay is better at this point.
Alright, let's do it then.
I made my case.
Yes, you made your case. Craftsmanship, which I find, by the way, one of the weirdest civics.
There are a lot of civic, right?
It's not that. It is, but it's also craftsmanship is a personal trait.
Let's move to the next term.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, craftsmanship is one of these things. Like
it's not a feature of a civilization, if you're even such a thing as a civilization, which we don't necessarily want to talk about. But
I think what it means, it's specialized labor.
Yes.
And like there is this idea that specialized labor is only related to hierarchical societies because
Bullshit.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the idea is that only then you can be specialized on something that's non-productive for yourself but productive for someone else, and hence you need like a city, you need hierarchy. But of course, as we know from archaeology as well, like specialized craftsmanship has nothing to do with necessarily with hierarchical societies. It exists.
No, it has to do with, in fact, an excess of time in terms of you don't have to foresee to your basic needs.
Yeah.
And then if you don't have to foresee to your basic needs, there's basically two options. You're going to do something else with your time, or you're just going to hang in a hammock.
Yeah.
Or if you haven't invented a hammock yet, you're going to lie on the ground. Or
whatever under a tree, doesn't really matter. But we have seen specialized craftsmanship from cultures that are not necessarily hierarchical.
Exactly.
Especially if we're
in
talking
fact,
about...
there are some beautiful examples of beautifully worked stuff from cultures that have nothing to do with any sort of hierarchy or chieftaincy or any code of laws or anything like that.
So again, we have this very structural idea of civilization from civilization, for that matter.
By the way, I think I found the era progression thingy. We are doing well for. I think this means that we're doing well for the era score.
Yeah, score.
If we get to avoid a dark age, we need 12 or above. Oh, well.
Whoa. Threshold were golden age.
We're not there yet.
This is also a very weird thing.
I'm gonna just, because for me it's behind the mic most of the time, I'm just gonna ignore most of it.
Sure.
Of course we're gonna burn ourselves horribly if we end up... you know what? I'm just gonna save this one.
Okay.
Quickly save.
Quick save.
Yeah, there's quick save. It's under F5, right? If I remember. I always misremember these things when I first started playing. Alright. I think we're getting our scouts very soon.
Yeah, we should be. I want to talk a little bit about this Dark Ages that we just saw, since we not much.
Wait, let's do that when we hear the first Dark Age. Which
if we hit Dark Ages, okay.
Are we still happy with the direction that our warrior is going?
I mean, he's gonna end up in the sea right now, right? Probably.
Over here, I think yes.
I think he needs to go south. Somewhere.
But if we move across Candy's territory, they don't like it. Yeah. They're gonna hate us less.
Let's make a circle.
Let's make a circle around it. All right. So this is not.
We
don't want to end our turn in the city state. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so we do get to sort of move around it.
Yeah. Let's.
Where are the scouts? Come on, people.
Come on, scout.
Are we?
Did we?
One turn until completed. Okay.
There we go. Hey, barbarian scout.
Barbarian scout.
Go away with your doggo.
Pigs.
Okay, we also have some.
Some pigs.
Cats look down
we have
on us.
cute little lambs.
Pigs treat us as equals.